Y'all doing? Tonight, I'm trying to go through the vault. Got out a bunch of foreign coins, silver, to show off silver coins from around the world. Now, these are two silver dollars with holes in them that I got for $24 a piece, which is pretty cheap. It's below melt, not a lot with the holes in them, but two more. Now, a while back I got this piece dollar with amazing toning, not so much on the back, but there was a 1921 Morgan that's toned very similar. And then I got American Silver Eagle that was toned quite about the same way. This is likely not natural toning on this, I don't think. But anyway, I have a list of countries around the world. Let's start showing some world coins real quick. I sorted my box, which is here, of world coins. Some of them are silver and some are not. So I'm going to have to do a little movement around of that stuff to be able to show some of these coins. We will take the piece dollar off too in the Morgan and put them back in a bag. All right. So I couldn't find the coins I have from Chile, or Chile. But in this box, I'm going to have to do some adjustment. Front part of it is not silver, so we will do a little looking here. This particular Australian coin actually isn't silver, but it's a one-year design that I thought was real cool looking when I first saw it. It's very high relief. Now, I do have silver from Australia. This is a sixpence, 63. This is and it is 0.0455 ASW. This one's 80% silver. Queen Elizabeth on the back. I like this design quite a bit. It's a one-year design, 80% silver. Sterling shilling, which is from 1944. It's not a real big coin, although I'm wondering if it's truly sterling at 0.0891. This probably it wasn't right. This is too big of a coin to be that low. It's almost the size of a US quarter. Actually, it's real close, so it should probably be higher ASW, unless it's supposed to be 0.1680 instead. That might be the case. There's another one, a florin, one-year design again. This is Canada. So we go from Australia to Canada. Work these back in the box. Pull out all the Canadian coins that are in this box, which isn't a small number. Got this 66, 80% silver dollar a while back. They also made 50%. This is a British Columbia. This quarter, I think, is still 80%, or it might be 50%. More 80% silver dollars, $16, 18. They were about $19 at recent prices. Another silver dollar. And I I got several Canadian silver dollars. That's a sterling silver 1916 5-cent coin, which, hello bottle top bandit, which is kind of cool. This is a 50% silver 1972. Might be like a mint set piece, and then another 63 silver dollar that doesn't have much wear and tear on it. So I have a lot of Canadian coins. So we'll work these back in, and I do know, like I said, that I have moving on these Canadian coins. Get them all back in the box. There's an 80% dime. A $50 from 1960, which this is pretty cool looking. And then this one's, it's a silver nickel, 1893. Well, it's 5 cents. They did not call their stuff nickels. They called them 5 cents. In 1893, it's sterling. This is a 10-cent sterling from 1906 with King Edward on it. So I work all these Canadian coins back into the box. Note that I haven't been able to find my couldn't find my Chilean coins, but I have them. Then we move on. This is, oh, them are Australian. I got them out of order. And there's a real neat looking I have a piece of silver. It's not really a coin, I don't think, from Ottoman Empire. That's 1888. So that's Canada down. Put this Australian sixpence, which got out of order because I pulled all the Canadian coins out. Now, after Canada in this box, we jump to British coins, and that's a 3 pence from 1890, which I believe is sterling. It's a cool design. I'm not selling coins today. British florin, 50%. Neat design. Another florin. That's sterling. It's older. So that's kind of neat. $8 when I bought it, so silver's up a lot since then. And then 50% silver, which this is the last year they made them, and probably the nicest condition one of the half crowns I have. I have more half crowns that's even not even in this box. This one's a bit worn, but it looks cool. 1922. A sterling silver 1 shilling coin, which is 1917. That's kind of neat. Obviously worn or cleaned. It's a 6 pence, which that's got a neat design on it. 1941 6 pence, which by this time was 50% silver. Then we jump to Greece. This is a wedding coin, I believe. 1 year design, I think. It's .3221 ASW, 835 silver. And what you're going to notice with all these different coins from around the world is the percentage of silver in them changes over the years, or that henceforth their ASW drops on some of them. But we'll put the British coins back in the box and go on to the after Greece. There's Italy, which this one's pretty neat looking. It's a 3 lire or lire, 835 silver. It's a neat looking little coin. Greek, which I just showed. Let's see what's after that, because it goes from there, and this box goes to Mexico. Viva Mexico. So we got several Mexican coins in here. That one's 903 silver, which is worn quite a bit on the back. These are 720 silver. That one's got a hole in it. There's another one that's damaged some. Not real bad, 1945. We talk about the Guilders. 2.5. Guilder, 1964. Someone wrote 750, but I think it's actually 720 silver. Which you can't always go by what someone writes on these cards. It's just not a good idea. So we go from after Mexico and the Netherlands. We move along until we get to New Zealand, which this is a 1937 New Zealand coin, which is, I believe it's sterling. No, it says 50%. They had some sterling coins, but apparently I don't have any that old. Now we're down to the last coins in this box, and then I have a few bonus coins to show. And then I'm going to try to mark some. This is a 1/10 Balboa. It says the weight and the percentage. The percentage is on this side, 90%. Now this particular one is uncirculated. It's 1961. Or if it isn't uncirculated, it's at least AU probably. 6 1/4, 90%, 1961. I got a 1961 half Balboa. 90%, 12.5 grams. This one is another half Balboa. 1962 though. And it has been circulated some. Little ding on the rim, 90%, 12.5 grams. But at the price I paid for it, this is the same amount of silver as our US half dollars have. So even though it's slightly banged up, I don't care. Coins from Peru, 90% silver. At least that's what they wrote on the card. But I think it is true, and I believe we probably struck these for Peru. Or if not us, I don't know. There's a half dinero, and there's an older 1 dinero coin, 1897. So we got that on here. That's Peru. And then we have a bunch of Philippine coins. This is 50 centimes. That's almost a quarter ounce of silver. Hello, Dalton. And hello, I guess it's Kagan. And then these are half ounce of silver. They're 80%, which I have a couple. And I have more I'll show in a minute. That's the Philippine coins in this. And we have Portuguese coin, which this I think it's 60% silver, maybe. I don't really remember for sure, but I know it's silver. It's just not a high percentage. Then here's a Scottish 1 shilling, which is part of the United Kingdom, but they did issue their own coins. This one is pretty cool looking when it's 1942 1 shilling. And then South African 2 shilling coin, which is a little bit lower mintage type coin. They didn't make them very many years, and also poorly struck. Wasn't $50. Don't pay no mind to the 50. And then there's a Swedish one in here, which is 40% silver, which makes it billion coin. It's a little bit bigger than this holder, and it's also a pretty ugly coin, but it is silver, or at least part silver, so that will all count. Let's move on to a few other bonus coins. Get the box out of the way. So I have a few different ones here I want to show that are interesting. Now, we have this, which is the Republic of Rwanda. I don't think they actually strike these. I think they're struck for them by someone else. But it's a nautical ounce, 1 ounce fine silver. But the people who've been doing these videos have been counting bullion type coins. In bullion, I just mean 3/9 fine silver, not to be mistaken with the billion I said before. This is a 1 1/4 ounce, pretty neat looking piece, and it's from St. Helens Island, which it is a 3/9 fine piece, but this one is 1 1/4 ounces, so it's a little bit bigger weight wise. All right, and I have 3 of these pesos from the Philippines extra. Then of course there's the Guatemalan peso. This is a 90% coin from 1896, which decided to come out of the bag. 1896, 90%. Looking for a mint mark. I'm not seeing one. I've been assured that they struck some, and then the British struck some for them. Now, in this is Liberia. It is 3/9 fine silver. I have a couple of them in here, a couple different ones. And then there's also Cook Islands. These are all 3/9 fine pieces. This one is the Constitution, We the People. This one's Theodore Roosevelt, and it's kind of ugly looking. It's a little bit more than a 1/2 ounce of 3/9 fine silver, both of these. And then you have these, which they're made by the Cook Islands. They're 3/9 fine silver, tested. Even though it says copy on it, it is 3/9 fine silver, or half ounce. These are Cook Islands, so that's another country. I do have other Cook Islands ones that are the Bounty, which is a real neat. Oh, hello, Jeff Crumpler, and happy Easter to you too. There are a few more coins from around the world that I want to show, like France 64 835 silver, which has the solar on the back, which is a neat design. Another Mexican coin, 78 720 silver, big piece, 6428 ASW on that. Bahamas, 80% silver, proof coin, 50 cents, 1970. There's several Philippines coins in here, including, and then there's New Zealand coin, but these three are not silver. But there are silver ones in here, including the biggest piece of silver coin I have, which is this $10 proof from the Bahamas, 74. It is 1.1 or 1.4994 ASW. It's a big piece, 43,000 mintage. It's a big piece of silver. And I have older Bahamas. This $2 one, which is sterling, and its ASW is 0.8862. Queen Elizabeth on it. What else is in here? That's silver. This is another Bahamas one, 1970 proof, $2 with the pirate ship on the back here, and this says something along the lines of expelling the pirates and resume commerce on there, but I believe that's Latin or something. I don't know, or it might be Spanish. I'm not sure. The rest of the stuff in this is these 750 silver U.S. Philippine type coins we made for them. Several of them actually, including 10 centavos and 20 centavos. This one's pretty much uncirculated. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, a few scratches. Now, that covers the coin aspect of this. Let's put these back in this box. Now, the rest of the part would be going onto the list of countries and start marking off ones and see how many countries I come up with. And there might be a couple other countries that I'm not sure about. But I have the list. There's a bunch of different countries to start with. We can go down this to the first one I have, which I think is Australia on this. We'll check Australia off. Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Andorra, Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Armenia. Don't have any coins from them that are silver. Austria, Azerbaijan, the Bahamas, So I can mark off the Bahamas here, because I just showed some. Let's see, Belize, Bolivia. There's a lot of countries. Canada. I have Chile coins, or Chile. Cuba. I don't think any of these other countries come up on my list of silver coins on that first page. Second page, that starts with Cyprus and works its way down. Going through all these. There's France. I can mark that one off. Germany. I don't have silver from Germany. Greece. Guatemala. The Holy See. You know, I don't know if I have any Vatican City. I don't know why they put Holy See here, but Honduras, Iceland, Jeez, Italy. Well, that's that page. Not that many countries. 4 on that page and 4 on the first. So that's, well, 5. That's 9 different countries. And we go on to the next page. Liberia. That's a tough one. Liechtenstein, not a very big country. They admit in Luxembourg. They're pretty small countries. Marshall Islands. I have a silver coin from them. I don't have it handy. Mexico. Netherlands. New Zealand. North Korea, that's a tough country to get a coin from that's silver. Hello, John Jacobs. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have any Vatican City silver. So there's 5 more countries on this list. Let's see. First off the bat on the top of this one is Peru and Philippines. Portugal, I have a coin that's silver. Russia, that's hard to get silver from there. I have a wire money coin, but it's not really a coin. I don't think they call them coin. Rwanda was on that. St. Vincent, St. Kitts. Wait a second. This one is St. Helena. And I don't see that on here. So I don't know what's going on there. Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Singapore, Slavia, Solomon Islands, South Africa. Well, there's one I have something that's silver. Some of these countries, I don't even know if they have silver. Spain, Sweden, I have a silver coin from them. I have Swiss coins, but I don't think any of them are silver. Syria, gosh, Timor, Togo, Tonga, Trinidad, Tunisia, Turkey. I have some Ottoman Turkish, but I don't know if that would really count because they're They're not high grade silver, but so that's a iffy. We'll put a question mark by that one, and what the Russia. We'll put a little question mark by them because I don't know if those would be countable. That's getting us to the last page of countries, where I can mark off a few more because I have United Kingdom. I do have United States, lots of United States. That's kind of neat. 71 Netherlands, Antilles, 1 guilder at the credit union last trip, 9 grams nickel. All right, let's see. Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Vanuatu, Vietnam, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Don't think so. So we can go through and do a rough count. First page, I count 5. Second page, I count 4. That's 9. And then there's 5 on the third page. 5 and 9 is 14. 19 countries, counting the next page, and with 2 questionable ones, and then 2 on the last page. So 21 total countries that I apparently have silver coins from, and there's lots of stuff that isn't silver I have too, so that would be a whole nother video, because I have, and then I don't know how to do this one. This is the Shawnee Nation, and it is a 1 ounce silver piece, Sigma tested. They didn't make very many of them, and I got this at a token price, so I got a steal actually. It's a real neat piece. But how do you count that? It's United States, but the Shawnee Nation. All the stuff in this is copper, nickel, or copper pieces. Some coins with holes in them, a couple of them actually. Hong Kong dollar, which I have another one on my table. But all this stuff is copper, nickel, non-silver pieces, including Bermuda, which on the 1 cent they put a pig on it, which I didn't really realize that there was pigs on. And then France would result to making nickel or copper nickel, whatever this is. It's not silver. From making silver coins. And heck, all these are just world coins. I got 65 1 penny, which is huge, size-wise that is. What else is in here? Just a few more things. But none of this, like I said, none of these are silver, so. But that's kind of neat looking. 50 pence, 1978, which is Ireland, but it's not silver. And then, of course, in this, I do have at least one example of this halfpenny, which this one's 1967. So that's kind of neat. And then it is, there's the ship. And the name of it escapes me at the moment of the ship. But it was If I remember correctly, it was Captain Cook. No, not Cook. Drake, I think. And he circumnavigated the world in that ship. And that was an interesting story too. But all those are just copper nickel stuff, nothing silver. But I mean, pretty much that covers my thing. So I have 21 countries, maybe 23. So I got a lot of different countries to go and get more coins from. But I really like this Guatemalan dollar. Or peso, I mean. Silver dollar. But again, yeah, how do you count this one? Being it's the Shawnee Nation. This is Tecumseh, who I guess he had a nickname, Shooting Star. The Nation of the Shawnee Tribe, Sovereign Nation, 2002. But I mean, yeah, they are in the United States, but they call themselves the Sovereign Nation of the Shawnee Tribe. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this stuff back to where I can take it and put it in the vault. Yeah, Magellan was first, but I think Drake was second. And on his trip, he resorted to doing some piracy and took some Spanish ships and a lot of gold and other stuff, silver and beads and whatever. But it's pretty much about all I have for this right now. Maybe when I go to my coin dealer tomorrow, maybe he'll have another country I can add to the list. Oh, here's the Hong Kong dollar that was on my table. Queen Elizabeth's on it. Didn't even realize I had another one in that bag because I don't even remember when I got that bag. But, you know, you get stuff and then you kind of forget when you got it. Anyway, it's pretty much all I have for the night. I want to thank John Jacobs, Jeff Crumpler, Dalton, Kagan, and Bottle Top Bandit for stopping by while I was doing this. Oh, Bottle Top Bandit makes another comment. Very nice collection. Have a good evening. Happy Easter to everybody. I'm not sure if I'm going live tomorrow. We will see. But that's pretty much all I have for this. Have a good night, everyone.